add fractions, making like units numerically. We're not drawing boxes anymore. I know, you're ready for this, aren't you? So the first thing we're going to do is just go through and answer each of these questions. Now this first one, 2/5 plus 1/5, I don't know why there are periods there, sorry about that, but we can write 3/5. So write it out in unit form and do each of those that way. 2/5 minus 1/5 would be 1/5. So go ahead and go through those and finish those up. Tell me if I mess up. I guess if we're doing unit form, I can go ahead and write 1, 1. Okay, the next one, we just have to answer true or false. So go through, put T or F beside each one. If it's false, would you please write the correct answer? So 3/7 plus 2/7 equals 5/7. We all know that's true, so you don't have to write the correct answer. 3/7 plus 3/7 equals 6/14. We all know that's false. The correct answer would be 6/7. 5/9 plus 2/9 should be 7/9. So that one's false. 5/9 plus 4/9 is 1 whole, or we also write 9/9. So this is getting you ready for your sprint. Your sprint is very simple, except for some of them will have to be simplified, and they are mixing up addition and subtraction. So I've decided I'm not going to give you the correct answers for these because I feel like some kids will just write it down when I say it. So maybe just have someone at your house grade it for you, double check it. You can grade your own and then double check it with someone else. But I would say give yourself 3 minutes. I wanted to bring something to your attention though. Some of these will have to be simplified. And I don't know when it starts and I don't know if it skips around, but I noticed that 34 looks like it's going to need to be simplified because I've got 3 plus 6 is 9, so 9/12 is my answer there. And I know 9 and 12 are both divisible by 3. Remember your questions. Is it half? Is 9 half of 12? Can you divide by 2? Can you divide by 3? Can you divide by the numerator? Most of the time, one of those will work. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So I'm guessing from 34 to the end of it, maybe check to see if they need to be simplified. And then when you're done with side A, get it graded before you do side B because you don't want to do the whole thing wrong and then do the whole thing wrong again. So go ahead and pause it right now and do side A 3 minutes and then do side B 3 minutes. And you don't have to finish the whole page if you don't get the whole thing done in 3 minutes. Just move on. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the application problem now. Hopefully you paused it and you did your sprint and all that. And I'm just going to tell you right now, it is very hard to teach to a classroom of empty chairs and stools. The only good thing about this is those black stools aren't squeaking, but that's the only good thing. I hate it when you're not here. So I'll do my best not to go too fast, and then you can tell me when we meet at 11 if I went too fast and I need to slow down. So let me read the problem. Hannah and her friend are training to run a 2-mile race. On Monday, Hannah ran 1/2 mile. On Tuesday, she ran 1/5 mile farther than she ran on Monday. Part A, how far did Hannah run on Tuesday? Part B, if her friend ran 3/4 of a mile on Tuesday, how many miles did the girls run in all on Tuesday? So let's just concentrate on part A. Notice I divided it into half so I could have a space for each one. So let's just look at it like this. Monday and Tuesday. Let's see if we can solve it like that. And we're trying to figure out, whoops, let's not do it like that. Erase, erase, erase. I just want to start with Monday. Monday, she ran a half mile. On Tuesday, she ran 1/5 mile farther than she ran on Monday. So my question is, how far did she run on Tuesday? So I'm going to add these two together, and the old-fashioned way of doing it would be to use the boxes. But we've already practiced without the boxes and drawing the lines and shading, so let's go ahead and set it up like today's lesson will look. It's going to be 1/2 plus 1/5, and then we got equals, equals, equals. So when you're adding numerically, you're going to need the parentheses, and then your common denominator. So 2 times 5 is 10. And remember, I'm just going to copy 1/2, copy 1/5, and then 2 times something equals 10. Hint, it's right here. I know, you're tired of me saying that, aren't you? And 5 times something, hint, it's right here, equals 10. Okay, I won't say it anymore. And so I get for my answer 7/10. So on Monday, Hannah ran 7/10 of a mile. Now part B says if her friend,
please call the office.
Okay. If her friend ran 3/4 of a mile on Tuesday, how many miles did the girls run in all on Tuesday? So let's look at this one. So we've got Hannah and her friend. Hannah ran 7/10 because that's what we just got when we solved the problem on Tuesday. And her friend ran 3/4 of a mile. So if I do 7/10 plus 3/4, that's going to give me the answer to how far they both ran on Tuesday. 7/10 plus 3/4, and then I want to do equals, equals, equals. Now let's go ahead and let's do this. Let's go ahead and let's choose 40 and let's see what happens, okay? So we're going to go ahead and multiply these together, and then on the lesson, we're going to practice a way to make a smaller common denominator. But let's go ahead and use 40 for now. And the numbers are going to be pretty large, but I think that's okay. We can work with them. So we've got 10 times something equals 40. And we know that's 4. 7 times 4 equals 28. 4 times something equals 40. We know that's 10. So that will give us 30. So we're going to do 28 plus 30, which would be 58 40ths. Now, I don't know if you remember this or not. I need a bigger screen here. But we were decomposing because this is an improper fraction. So if I decompose 58 40ths, I'm going to take one whole out. So that's 40 40ths. And then how many 40ths do I have left over? 18 40ths. Okay. So I've got one whole right here and 18 40ths. But guess what? I can simplify 18 40ths. So now, rewrite your 1. Decide what we're going to divide by. I'm thinking of all the factors for 18. 9 doesn't go into 40. 6 doesn't go into 40. 3 3 doesn't go into 40. So it's going to have to be 2, I guess. So let's see what it comes out as. So 18 divided by 2 equals 9. 40 divided by 2 equals 20. So altogether, the girls ran 1 9/20 of a mile. So almost 1.5 miles. Okay, so that's pretty much the lesson today. We're going to practice some of those. We're skipping this because I've already taught it to you. So here we have the first problem. Go ahead and put 2 more equal signs on there. And then get it set up to solve numerically. One half, 2/3. Common denominator for 2 and 3. Yes, you can answer. Wish you were here so I could pull your sticks. 2 times 3. 3 times 2. And I've got 7/6. So that's improper. 7 is larger than 6. So if I decompose this, I'll take out 6/6 plus 1/6. So my answer is 1 1/6. And circle it. Okay, pretty simple. I think you're probably going to be fine on that one. Now let's look at the next one. This one has 9 times 6 for a common denominator, 54. Now if I choose this, my numbers are going to be large. There's going to be more chances of me making a mistake, and then I'm going to have to simplify. So let's try something else. Let's try least common multiple. And I showed you a couple times. I'm going to write it way down here. Least common multiple. What we do on this one is we draw a sideways T-chart. And you put both denominators on there. Sometimes you'll see this called, I noticed on IXL it's least common denominator, I think is what it said. Least common denominator. But anyway, we're going to skip count. And we're going to use the 9 and the 6, the 2 denominators. So 9, 18, 21. What? Not 21, 27, 36. I'm going to stop there. And then the 6's. I'm going to skip count by 6's. 6, 12, 18, 21, 24. I need to practice my skip counting. 30, 36. Actually, I could have stopped right there at 18. So instead of using 54, let's try 18 and see how that works out for us. This way, we will not have to simplify. And I think this is probably the only challenging part of the lesson today, is finding the least common denominator or least common multiple. So we're choosing 18. We found it here. It's the smallest one that matches. And you do everything else a little bit different. So there's no way for me to point to the hint here because there isn't one. 9 won't go here and 6 will not go there because I didn't choose 54, I chose 18. So now I have to think 9 times something equals 18. Some of you probably already have it written down. So that gives me a 10. 6 times something equals 18. That gives me a 3. So 15. Then I'm going to do 10 plus 15, which is 25 18ths. And I notice that's an improper fraction, so I'm going to decompose. I'm going to take out 1 whole. And then 25 minus 18 is 7. So the answer will be 1 whole and 7 18ths. Circle your answer. So no simplifying that time. That was the main difference. Let's take a look at the next problem. This is the last one for today. I know, not very long, is it? So let's go with, since I have 3 fractions in my problem, I'm going to need 3 sets of parentheses. I'm going to copy each of those down, and then we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about the common denominator. I know some of you probably already know what it's going to be. So I'm going to add 2/3 plus 1/4 plus 1/2, but I've got to come up with a common denominator for all 3 of these. So if I multiply 3 times 4, I get 12. Will 2 divide into 12 evenly? Yes, it will. 12 divided by 2 is what? 6. So there's a little bit of easy stuff on this one, and then 1 you have to figure out. So I've got 3 times something equals 12. Hint, it's right there. And 4 times something equals 12. So I have to add 8 plus 3 plus 6. 3 plus 6 is 9. 8 plus 9 is 17/12. So I'm going to go ahead and decompose. Take out 1 whole. And then
Teachers, we
so 12/12 plus 5/12 would be 1 and 5/12. Okay.